You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and today I will be reacting to the Wheel of Time Origins animated short series on Amazon Prime. Now, before we get into this set of reactions, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. So this is the second video in our series watching the Wheel of Time Origins shorts. Now, this all comes as a part of the history, the lore of the Wheel of Time series, particularly from the book series, that was released alongside to accompany the first season of the Wheel of Time on Amazon Prime. Now, once again, thank you so much to Shelly Sadai for giving me this recommended viewing list. She said that the way they did the episodes was really nonsensical at all. So she gave me a more chronological type of viewing experience. So we are going off of that list from Shelly. Also, thank you all to everyone who suggested I watch these. I did really enjoy the first three, and I'm really excited actually to get into the set of three because I think I'm going to get a little bit more new knowledge here. So in this reaction, I will be watching the Ogiers Longing, The Fall of Manetheren, and The Great Warder. And that will conclude the 6 mini episodes that they released for the origin stories. So let's cut the chit chat. Let's just jump right in and start off with the Ogiers Longing. So funny enough, this is actually the final episode in how they categorize them.
It is indeed the very rare and unusual Ogier who will decide to leave their steading homes. In the years that followed their breaking, during the long exile, we Ogier wandered lost in search of our steadings. It was then that Ogier began to succumb to the longing, to the point of death. Even after finding our steadings once again, we Ogier continued to be bound to our homes. There is no lovelier place than an Ogier Grove.
I want to go to an Ogier Grove.
With its great trees, some stand towering since the ancient legends. No shadow spawn will enter. There is no way to channel the one power. In the steading, there is rest. While humankind has long prized Ogier masonry, from Ilion, Tyr, to the great Tarvalon, it is not a true thing. For us, it has always been the forest. You cannot bring stone to life. When we sing to the forest, it is much as if the earth itself sings to us.
Now what the hell?
As a young Ogier, I had few prized possessions, of which beyond my books I have not many. And whilst there is nothing better than to be at home in the steadings, surrounded by the comforts which offer wisdom and peace, with our beloved groves in sight, true adventure calls. Adventure that cannot be found in a book. Adventure that may in fact risk the longing.
Hmm. Okay. So I wonder if we're ever, well, if Loyal's not dead, I wonder if we'll ever get to go there to the forest with the Ogier. It looked awesome. Also, I love that they as a species are also kind of like different color, multiracial, if you will. From that animation to obviously Loyal that we got in the show, which I'm sure is not necessarily a book thing. I don't know. You can fill me in on that. I know that they diversified this cast across the board from any sort of vague description they may have gotten in the books. The Ogier do fascinate me. Any sort of old, wise, mythical beings like them are going to fascinate me. So I'm definitely intrigued by them as a species, a race, whatever we want to just call the factions here. But I'm really interested in them and intrigued by them. So I hope we get more time with Ogiers, and hopefully one of the Ogiers we get more time with is Loyal. So there you go. Okay, so now we are going to the fall of Manethrin, and I am a little bit curious if I'm going to learn a whole lot more because Moiraine gave us that full story when they were singing that song on their journey. I think it was episode 2. So we'll see if it is the same story. I'll be interested to see, but I guess it'll be cool animated if it is in fact just that same tale. So here we go. And this is episode 2, by the way, in their order.
1,000 years after the breaking, battles still raged against the forces of the... With the towers of Manethrin to their backs, King Aemon and his army defended their people. Battling through unrelenting days and nights, they held their city against Trollocs, dark friends, and dreadlords until they could no longer hold the river from crossing. Behind the honor of the Red Eagle banner, retreat found no place amongst them.
Oof.
And the sword that could not be broken was shattered.
Ooh. No King Arthur here.
From behind the walls of the emptied city, Queen Eldrine sank with King Aemon's death.
Aemon? Aemon Targaryen?
So her heart and kingdom found their end.
Yeah. The queen that channeled too much power.
And today, in the Two Rivers, where Manethrin once stood, the wheel continues to turn.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, it was basically the same story that Moiraine told in the series to the kids. So interesting. Interesting. I like that he was holding the little piece of the crown. A beautiful animation. It's so dark and grim, but oddly gorgeous. Honestly, Loki, prequels are so tough because you do know how it's going to end, but Manethrin and that time, it'd be so cool to get like a full on visual of, I think. But this was a nice little starter a nice little appetizer for a visual. Okay, and now we're going to finish things off with episode number 3 in their chronological order with The Greatest Warder. Okay, I thought that was Lan, but you know, I'm willing to hear this man out.
Closer. Firstly, stick your blasted heels in water. Look alive. Blood and ashes.
Jerome Gaidin.
Sir, yes. The greatest swordsman.
See, I like seeing stuff like this too, because we don't really know, like, what does their training process look like? What does the warders train their own kind? What does the acceptance process look like? I am interested in the warders.
His prowess with a sword knew no equal. In battle, all who should cross him found themselves at the far end of his blade,
Okay.
save one.
Oh. And what the hell is all this?
10,000 victories and a single loss to a farmer with a wooden quarterstaff. His sole defeat became a legacy. Never again underestimate your fellow man. Respect the wielder, not the weapon.
Who is the greatest blade master of all time?
Ooh. Now what the hell? Huh, it's a good lesson. All right. That was like just a nice little lesson animation on that one, huh? So as a whole, I did really enjoy these 6 origin stories. As I mentioned throughout all of them, I really like this painted type of like brushstroke looking animation style that we had going on here. I thought they were all gorgeous. And while I do think at least half of the information covered here was pretty adequately covered or discussed in the show itself, it really gave some extra context to each of those situations. It gave some more of the world and expanded the world that was already established. So I love that. And that's what I'm all about, is expanding this world, even if it's small things like I was just talking about on what does that water process look like. We got a little glimpse of what the Aes Sedai process is, but what does that water process look like in a little bit more of a detail? And we got just a glimpse there, and it really intrigues me. The histories really intrigue me, and what can I say? I really enjoyed this first season. I know people had gripes here or there, but as a whole, I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited for season 2. I don't know if they'll be continuing with these origins since we've moved past the original season, but it'll be interesting to see what other type of content they provide here. So thanks for coming along on this journey through these origin stories. I was suggested to check out Unraveling the Patterns, a Wheel of Time 101 series that is supposedly spoiler free. So I might check that out on camera. Probably that'll be my next reaction for the Wheel of Time world. So come back and watch that with me. If there's anything other than that 101 series and these shorts that you think would be useful in helping me flesh out this world even more so, really make me a little Wheel of Time head. I'm not really sure what the fan base is. Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below as well, and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.